A continuation of series of lecture we have for this conference. We shall continue with the third session of this program. And the third presenter or speaker is our friend, Chris Mobile. Before I call up the guest lecturer to the podium, I want you to know who our friend and our brother is. He's a business executive. He's a business executive manager, NNPC. And it's also, it might interest you to know that he's a partner with Ambridge Leadership Center. Please, may you jam your hand as I welcome the guest lecturer to the podium.
I'm not the manager yet, though. I'm sales executive in charge of Anambra State. We sell well. First off, I'm highly elated that I'm here today. I thank God for this initiative. And like I said, this initiative is going to be it's going to be very remarkable. It's going to be something that the world would someday stare at and say, wow, I want to be part of this and all that. So we thank our daddy in the Lord, Pastor Cosmos. We pray that God strengthens you and gives you more ideas and wisdom to champion this cause. Today I'll be taking you on strategies for business growth. Like we know, sorry, I was able to just put on my slide this morning. I was discussing with Brother Victor, so manage me like that. Business is something we do every day, but let's take a walk down my outline. First, what is business? I know I divided it in my head into two broad areas. First is the preliminary, and the second one is the core. So I know everybody knows what business is, but just walk with me down my outline. What is business? Types of businesses, entrepreneurship, SWOT analysis, external business environment, because you need to understand your business environment if you want to thrive in any kind of business you're into. Concept of business growth, then business growth strategy. Then I was able to package for you guys some famous business quotes. Okay, let's go. What is business? I know everybody, I like having an interactive session, so I don't know. Business, here you have Stevenson defines business as regular production or purchase and sales of goods undertaken with an objective of earning profits. But here, thus, the term business means continuous production, distribution of goods and services with the aim of earning profits under certain market conditions. So we have features of business. Their business is characterized by certain factors, certain features, which you can see some of them here. The exchange, wherever you go, you find exchange of goods and services. You know, business is occurring there. Business risk and uncertainty is still part of business. Buyers and sellers and all that. Next slide, please. Types of business you have is broadly divided into three. Okay, so you have the service business where you offer services. It doesn't really mean that it's you purchase a tangible item. You just you offer services like salons, repairs, shops, schools, and all that. You have the merchandising business, the manufacturing business where you transform raw material into finished goods. All is business. But now I'd like to say something. Now, business, like I always say to people, virtually everything we do is business. You run your family as a business. That family will not fail. You have, like the second speaker, Brother Udu said, he said something. Now, when you try to inculcate the right character and all that in your children, you see them grow well. You see your business thrive when you do things the right way. and it's normal. So now, I said something once. I said, poverty is choice. And I always say that business is a thing of the mind. Everything you do is business. If you run your business the right way, it will do well for you. Now, when you are watching to sell products, you are introduced to certain kind of products, and maybe you don't have knowledge about how that product will fare and all that. You just have to take a deep breath and go back, do some research about that product, how you can move, how you can survive trading that kind of product. I want to give an example. Someone walked up once around 2013 to a company called Huawei, and she said, I like what you guys do. I don't have money, but I just want to partner with you people, but because I have contacts and I know I can sell this product. The person looked at this person and said, okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, what can you offer us? The person said, okay, let me take you to this director. I know him. He likes to see young people grow. So from that day, they said, okay, we're going to sign an MOU with you. You're going to deliver these goods and services. And the person said, it worked like magic. The person went home and was awarded, I think a week later, was awarded a contract of about $1 point something million. Now, the idea of this whole thing is, the person never had any product to sell. The person had the knowledge and had the contact and said, okay, fine, I can make this work out. So the person now said, okay, let me try out my own skills. What I'm trying to say in essence, you don't need to have your own product to sell to do business. You don't need to have your own product. I'm talking about manufacturing here. You don't need to have your own product. You can look at people, leverage on what they have already on ground, and you can try to sell their product the way they've never thought of selling it before. So business is strong. You now go in and say, okay, fine, let me take this your product and sell it. You sell, you give them back. So poverty is not an excuse in that regard. Like I say, selling is everything. Selling is everything. Business is virtually everything. You sell, you make your own, you return that of the person, and you move on. Next slide, please. Okay, type of business, okay. We have the service business. I just had to put this pyramid together, the intermediaries, producers, and all that. These are what they do. Retailers, you have business involved with direct sales of product to consumers and other business. Focus on distribution and selling, wholesalers and retailers. Next slide, please. Now, types of business ownership. This is how you own a business. You don't necessarily need to go and set up a business, pool capital and all that, like I said earlier. These are various ways with which you can own a business. You can start up a business by yourself. That's sole proprietorship. You can have the cooperative. You can be part of a business on a corporation, setting a partnership as well. On that partnership, you can have the JV, and you have the maybe you have the JV, you have the acquisition and all that. You partner with a particular organization and you run the business works. Next slide, please. Who sets up the business? This is very crucial. This boils down to the initial sessions we've had, character and so many things. And entrepreneur, this is who sets up the business. And if you look around this, you see various features, qualities, and character an entrepreneur needs to possess to enable this business to thrive successfully. Now, I don't know how many you can see, but me, I can see confidence. I can see think, priority. Okay, priority. Some businessmen, they don't prioritize. They don't know what to put first. They don't know what to put behind. They just model up things. That way, a business cannot thrive successfully. So, an entrepreneur wants to see, wants to build a future, sincerity of purpose, wants to lead, which is basically the essence of what this leadership center is all about, leadership. Now, if you look around, I believe you see confidence somewhere. Smart, resilient, and all that. Integrity. These are features, these are characteristics that an entrepreneur should be known for. Next slide, please. SWOT analysis. I decided to add this because it's very, very good. We understand our business environment, Like I said, it's divided into two. You have the internal and external. This SWOT, and this SWOT analysis tells you about the strengths of your organization, your business, the weakness, the opportunities and threats. Under the strengths and the weakness talks more about the internal factor of your business, of your organization that you put up. The strength can be intellectual capacity, can be your accuracy, it can be your productivity and all that. While the weakness too can also be, your delivery, So when you understand in any given business, when you understand your strengths, you focus on your strengths, you work on your strengths, you develop your strengths, it gives you a competitive edge as well in that same business. So that's why I looked at this. I said, okay, it's very good to understand the SWOT in giving any given business that we intend to go into and all that. Then opportunities and threat on the other hand. These are being categorized under the external business environment. You look around you. One important thing people need to understand in business, you don't just establish a business and sit in there. You need to think about growing, you need to think about developing, you need to think of continuity, perpetuity and all that. So in order for you to achieve that, you need to look around your environment. There's so many opportunities in that same, either in that same line of business or you want to diversify, you want to go into other things, you have to look around you and see what you can do. NNPC, for instance, I'd like to say something, but I think I'll have to be mindful of what I'm saying because I know I'm being recorded. Normally, we have what they call the petroleum sector, the petroleum products sales and distribution. You have the NFR and other areas. But basically, what gives us money in the company is just the petroleum products. We've not really tapped into the NFR, and it's actually a market that has been doing very well. Take, for instance, there's a station called Stanel in Oka. A young guy built the station with the help of the state government, and the station is doing well. That station has over 30 NFR activities going on there. You come there, you see spa, you see hairdressing, you see lube, you see tire change, you see so many things, restaurants and all that. It even have bakery, So the person that set up the business was like, okay, this is the land I'm going to be given, it's close to a school, and what do I do to attract people, increase my sales and all that? So he thought of it, looked at his environment and said, okay, let me do this, let me put this in place, let me put that in place. So it's very vital we consider our environment, the opportunities around, and know how to tap, into them. Under the opportunities, you see features like a few competitors in your area, emerging needs for your product or service and all that. Under threats, you have negative press, media coverage. Yes, normally, if you have a business that is thriving, you don't know how to manage your media, your staff and all that. Some of them might be able to grant wrong interview to maybe media people and maybe position your business in a way that the media have something to say. And now we're in one kind of age where we have the media do their thing, Instagram, Facebook and all that. Any little thing, they take pictures, they publish and all that. So we should try to protect our business from things like that. Next slide, please. This is business environment, and we focus on external environmental factors. Now, the business environment consists of all factors and forces that have a bearing on the business. Business environment is divided into two. That's what I talked about initially, the internal business and the external business environment. If you look around here, you see political and legal environment, you see economic, you see the socio-cultural, you see the domestic, you see global business, you see technology. Now, it's very important to understand that for us to thrive in our business, we need to be up to date with certain things. Let me start with technology. The technological environment is this, is virtually everything is on technology now. And to be able to run your business, you need to be up to date, understand the trend when you talk about technology. Some of our brothers that might be trading in various markets like Onitsha and all that, they do very well. They they do their business the normal way. But you see, when you introduce technology into your business, like, let's just take, for example, the social media that is trending, or you bring out a kind of, what's it called? A technology that would aid the business thrive. You see that it helps the business, it gives you an edge over what's obtainable currently. So now, in as much as we have technology assisting your business to grow, there are still some demerits too as well that technology can cause to your business. Some of the demerits could be you want to do a certain business and you're not grounded technologically. And you see, you're being left out in that business. You need to update. You can imagine, you're working, you're doing, like a friend of mine that's into money lending and all that. You're doing that kind of business and you don't have this, it requires software. Your software is outdated. You need to put yourself in front. You need to work on all that and maybe understand how important those factors are to help your business grow. Next slide, please. Okay, this is a pestle I talked about as well. This is also an acronym that is used to help you understand your external business environment. You have the political factor, political environment. You see our ever-changing government policies, how it affects business. You know, you're an importer, you go and import products, and maybe government wakes up today and say, okay, we're going to list this product on as a contraband and all that. The next minute, your business is frustrated. So ever-changing policies and all that affects business. Economic growth, talk about inflation and all that, it affects business. Everybody here is aware about of the trends in the last 3-4 years. You know, things going up and down, inflation and all that. Social culture is there, legal, taxation policy and all that. So I'm just trying to take us on this journey to understand what business is, business environment and all that. Next slide, please. Now, this is the main topic. Concept of business growth. Business growth is actually a natural process of adaptation and development that occurs under favorable conditions. The growth of a business firm is similar to that of a human being who passes through the stages of infancy, childhood, adulthood, and so business growth is a stage. It tells us more about how we start by planting, applying our manure, fertilizer, watering it, nurturing it, weeding it, and watching it grow. You don't just set up a business without absolute knowledge of that business. You don't set up a business without understanding the integrity of that business, what the business entails, and how that business is going to fetch you money. So many people these days, they say, they are making money, they are selling for. They just go build station. When you drive around town, you're trying to get a station into your network. When you're doing network expansion, you don't see any reasonable station. You see stations that are obsolete, you see stations that are dead. Like I was actually scouting for a station at Ekulobia. I drove past that road that leads to Uga. I couldn't find a good station because the stations they are abandoned for like ages. Their facilities are already spoiled and all that. Now you don't just jump into business. You need to understand that business. You need to know what the business entails. You need to have proper knowledge of the business to enable you integrate other factors that will make the business grow. Next slide, please. Now, establish reasons for business growth. There are various reasons that are known that fosters business growth. You have the survival. Every businessman that wants to set up a business wants his business to survive. He wants his legacy. He wants that thing that he calls his own. Take, for example, Amrich now is a leadership center that has been established, and the founder, the owner would want to see Amrich being presented on a global platform where you see so many people come around and listen to what the organization has to offer. We want to do some presentations and all that. So it's very, very key. Survival, you understand? And in a competitive market, no single enterprise can have monopoly. So in that regard, you want to thrive in a competitive world. You want to survive. You want to own a business to survive in a competitive world where you have different brands, different people. So you have to get yourself ready to integrate factors that will help you survive in that kind of environment. Expansion of the market, increase in demand for goods and services lead to business firms to increase the supply also. So now there are population explosion and transmission that leads to the size of markets, which in turn results in mass production. So when you have market expansion, it's still a factor with which you want your established reason for your business growth. Where you have a network, market expansion. Now that next slide, please. Okay, established reasons for business growth as well. You have prestige, you have power, you have government policies, you have self-sufficiency, you have latest technologies. These are some more factors that are reasons for business growth. Next slide, please. Okay, yeah, merits of business growth. For obtaining economies of scale, for exploitation of business opportunities, for facing competition in the market by diversifying the product line, for providing protection against adverse business conditions and depression, for gaining economic and market power, for raising profits and creating resources for further reinvestment into the business, for making optimal utilization of resources, for securing subsidies, tax, and all that. These are important that you gain when you work towards a path of achieving business growth. When your business grows, you bring in more people to work for you. You help generations survive. You put things right. You can come out one day and say, okay, today I want to do charity work. I want to do CSR. I want to improve security in my environment because your business has grown, you have the wherewithal, your business has generated revenue for you to do all that. You can come and say, I'm awarding scholarship to a number of people in my environment because your business has done that. But your business don't just grow like that. You need to do so many things to ensure your business grows. So there are so many importance. People get to know you and people get to say, okay, fine, this is what you do. They get to love you, they get to appreciate you. Take, for instance, Bill Gates now. We know what his foundation does. His foundation has been giving funds to solve series of problems, even if you know they've been embezzling such funds. But the most important thing is his foundation. His corporation has grown. He has enlarged his coast because of the hard work and everything that he has put into his work and his business. So now he now has fun, he's reaping from it because those are the merits that he has gained from his business growth. Next slide, please. Now, in as much as we have merits and of business growth, we also have factors that are working against business growth. So many of them. Well, I was able to pick up one or two. Certain things you want to make this move, you want to start a business, you want to get your business right, you have finance, it's very important. It's a factor that kicks against. So many people they've got ideas, but now they'll tell you, okay, I don't have the funds, how do I go, what do I do about it? It's a problem. Finance is there, the market. Now this market now, growth can be achieved to the extent that the size of the market, permits. If a firm grows faster than increase in the size of the market, it's likely to face failure. Now, human relations problem is another factor that works against business growth. It's very, very important. In a big firm, management loses personal touch with employees and customers, motivation, morale, and all that. Now, you have a business. You have people that work with you. You have people that work under you. You might have a pharmacy. You might have a hospital and all that. Courtesy demands that if you love your business, you want your business to thrive, the way you relate with them is very, very important. The way you build their morale, their confidence, the way you care about them. Some organizations don't. Some organizations don't even care. Some organizations, they will tell you they don't even know what they call, what's it called? They don't know what they call staff welfare. Yeah, staff welfare, but there's something again. There's this word, there's this particular one, these no, incentives, yeah. Incentives, yeah. There's this incentive they normally give some, if you want it in cash, they give you some, they might just say, okay, at the end of every quarter, biannually, okay, we'll give you a bag of rice, we'll give you a bag of beans, we'll give you stabilizer, we'll give you a gift item. These things help build the morale of your staff. And trust me, the people working with you will help you build your business. They will help you grow your business. So at every given opportunity, it's very, very important to make them happy. Sometimes I say my strength actually comes from my family. I know it's not easy, working and doing certain things, but sometimes when you look at your family, they give you that strength to move on. They give you that motivation you need. Facing so many challenges, I'm one of the few that has really done well in terms of delivery. I sell products. I get to do things that sometimes I look, I say, how did I achieve this? In a very small state, I'm supposed to sell 1.3 billion. Sometimes I sell 1.9 billion, 1.8 billion. Now I was last week, one of the dealers called me and said that my husband, you people used to give us shortage, but I will still pay for products. But this thing is relationship buying. It's because you used to take care of us. That's why I would still buy. And when you buy product, it counts for me. If you buy a truck of PMS, it counts for me. Despite the bad situation. Normally before now, you get a truck of PMS for about 3.5 million, you get a truck. But now, and the same margin, 250 kobo they get. But now, they still buy that same truck they normally buy for 3.5 million. For now, they buy 6.3 million. And they still get the 250 kobo. The system doesn't really encourage them to do the business. But at the end of the day, you see them still buying. They will tell you, it's relationship buying I'm doing. This is because, one, I understand I need to build a relationship with them. I need to keep them. I need to talk to them. I need to call them frequently, check up on them to know how they're faring. So if they're given any opportunity, now the management calls and say, okay, how's your relationship with your executive? They say, oh, it's wonderful, it's awesome, and all that. So this is how powerful establishing a relationship with people that you transact business with, your workers, everybody is. So lack of knowledge is also another factor that militates against business growth. Like we said, we've been talking about lack of knowledge. You need knowledge, you need advancement. The problem is some people keep saying it's hard to get knowledge. It's not really hard. Everything is at the tip of your fingers. If you want to try out something, just go search on Google, ask people, research, take biro and paper, go around town, find out, talk to people, interact. They'll give you, gain knowledge, you gain ideas. People will tell you, okay, this is how to do, this is what to do. Oh, you come into a community, you're being given a project to build road, to do some development. You don't just go. You try to find out from that community how it's being done. Who are the people, the stakeholders there? Who do I talk to? Will I just walk up and just start doing the project? The area boys there will deal with you. So you need to find out how to relate to people. You need to gain knowledge to know how to go about things. That's why it's very, very important. So lack of knowledge is also a very serious factor that militates against business growth. Next, please. Forms of business growth. I also was able to get this down, the organic growth and the inorganic growth of business. Now, the organic growth of business looks at the internal growth of that business. How you grow your business from within is very, very important. Now, take for instance, you like our previous speakers have said, you want to build a business, you need to understand, the brains, you put them in front, people that have got ideas, just like John Mason says, spark of an idea, it's worth $1 billion. You need people that have ideas to solve problems. You need to put them in front, you need to locate them. Some of them might be quiet, but you need to fire them up you find a way to scratch them to know what they can bring to the table. If you don't tickle some people, they won't just move their body. So you need to know what they have upstairs. Try to interact and know, can I get an idea from, and all that. So it's very, very key. So organic growth looks at the growth from within. It is planned and slow increase in the size of resources of the firm. A firm can grow internally by plowing back its profits, to the business every year. Some people don't plow back their profits into their business. When you go to their facilities, looking obsolete or updated. I will always give reference with what I do. I go and see some people's station. When you go to their convenience, you will never want to come to that station again because you never can determine if you were pressed when you go there because you don't want to go and see their toilets. They don't plow back their money into their business. Like I keep telling people, put your money back into your business. It will help your business grow. It's very, very important. When you talk about organic growth, this is very vital. I have to dwell on this because people need to understand how your business can grow. Now take, for example, you get funds from somewhere to set up a business. And you're managing, you're mising. Some people know how to manage in things they should not manage. You know how to cut down cost in things they should not cut down cost. And you see the other person next to you is doing well. Mr. A, his pharmacy is doing very well. He's selling out. What does he do? He takes out time, he goes to social media, he do a sponsored post, a sponsored publication or something. You see people respond, you see 1 million likes, you see 800,000 views. People you now have an avenue, people get to know about your product. He's putting his money in the business. Why you see Mr. B, in the evening, he's somewhere in one pepper soup joint, eating vegetable snail, drinking, inviting friends, and making too much noise and all that. Now, you don't expect the person that is putting back his resource into his business to underperform compared to the person that is eating his money, having bloated stomach and all that. So we need to learn how to plow back our money. If we have facilities where we have like a hotel, from time to time you look at it, this place needs an upgrade, I need to change these tiles, I need to put bottom tiles to prevent my walls from being soaked and all that. So we need to learn how to plow back our money into our business. It helps our business grow, and that's the organic growth I'm talking, growth from within. So now there are other ways I didn't list here, but let me just list some of them. How do you do that? You send your staff on training. You want to employ somebody to you want to what's it called? You want to get people to go do marketing for you, to do publicity for people to get to know your product. You need to send those people on training. You need to package them. It's still plowing back your money into your business. You need to make them look presentable. You cannot just take a guy that has mouth odor or is shabbily dressed to go and market your product, to go and market your toothpaste when his mouth is smelling. You need to help, you need to push them, take them for training, make them look good, because sometimes it's very, very important. You look how you want to be addressed. You appear, if you say you sell perfumes, you smell nice. You don't have body odor, you smell very nice. If you sell perfume, you need to invest that thing back to them. You need to give them. So, okay, come, I know this thing costs this amount, but wear it. Take this small one, wear it. When you get there, they will know. So it's still part of plowing back your money, trainings, looking good, minor things you can actually do to help your business grow. So the other one is the inorganic. This one is external growth. Inorganic business growth. It involves, a merge of two or more business firms and all that. Like I said earlier, you can have a company. You can have a company and you don't really have products. Now, you don't just say because I don't have products, I will not make money, my company will not grow. No. This type of growth tells you that you can actually partner with someone that has the product. You can go into partnership. You can say, okay, Mr. A, I want to partner with you. I have this boss, I can take your product, I can sell, I can bring back, I have the market. I can do this. I'd like to give an example of my younger sister. She's a managing director of Monarch Global Investment Limited. She's one of the foremost ICT consultants for NMPC generally. And she's very, very successful. And like I said, she never had a product. She never had a product. And one day we sat back in the house and we said, normally before I joined the corporation, I was a contract staff and I was earning like 70,000 naira monthly, and sometimes in 4 or 5 months they don't get to pay you and all that. But I said, okay, we can actually move. We took my father's old company that happens to be the same monarch. We took the company, I went to reorganize the company. I had to print very sleek letterheads, complimentary cards. I designed the website, I made the company look good, used my friend's office address for the company. Then we started doing some little job we did for NDIC. Like if you go everywhere, NDIC, she's the one that installed their security, even CBN, all their security devices, their networking devices, she installed most of them. So I said, okay, we'll do for NDIC, do like 4 million, 18 million, 12 million, those kind of jobs and all that. So I said, we cannot just keep it this way, we need to still move and grow. So sometimes it became funny that after you've done job for government, they take time to pay 3 months, 4 months, sometimes even 6 months, they've not paid. We'll be out of money to feed because it was just the two of us in Abuja. So I now said, okay, how can we be out of money to feed? Let's think, we can do something. We have so many allergy friends. Hey, let's sell something to them. She said, what do we sell? I said, go and meet, there's this our friend, Kingsley, at Emma Plaza. Go and meet Kingsley, bring gold, bring expensive ritual, Cartier, bring Gucci, bring it. Let's go, we'll sell to allergy. They like things like this. So then, we'll bring these items for 220,000 naira, like the watch and some things, very nice. Then we'll go and meet allergies and all that. We'll sell for like maybe $15,000. Like half of the sales we made were like in dollars. And the first one we sold that day, she made, in just that single day, she made profit of like 3-point-something million. She come back and said, how do you think? Look at money now, we can actually feed now, there's money. So the point is, as we're growing in the business, as we're growing, I said there is need for us to take it to the other level. We can actually partner with multinationals. So as God will have it, we met the group executive director then of NNPC Commercial and Investments, Dr. Tairu, who said, okay, I like your deliveries in NDIC, these places, okay, this job, okay, but we want something bigger. I want to bring you to partner with this system. So this system is so big that we need a giant in the ICT world. So that's how Huawei came. So she became a silver partner and all that. The partnership was established. Now, right here in Nigeria, she partnered with Huawei and it started working. The first job she did was for 215 million naira, so just like that. And from then, she's been doing huge jobs till date. So what am I trying to say is, you can actually grow your business from 100,000, 50,000 to that point where you can be talking about hundreds of millions if you apply some basic principles and all that. You can partner with multinationals. You can be very good in your area and as well make yourself available to be partnered with. Next slide, please. Simple strategies for business growth. The first one, there are 6 steps basically for business growth I was able to put together. The first one is the foundation. At this point, you set your goals. At this point, you ask yourself, why am I going to this business? How am I going to thrive in this business? Your role as the CEO, the owner of the business. You say, okay, fine. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. This is who I want to do it with my team. You understand? This is how I want to drive my business growth. Then second one is marketing. Marketing is very, very crucial. Marketing is very crucial. Under this marketing, you understand the market, your target market. You know people that will need your product. You know people to go to. If you sell, like for example, if you sell maybe baby diapers, baby items and stuff, you know the target market. You know that okay, I'm supposed to partner with people in a hospital that take care of little kids and all that. I need to go to schools. Those are my target markets. You understand the people that you sell your product to. So then you make use of the social media. Trust me. people don't understand what Instagram can really do for them. But I can tell you that Instagram has made hundreds of millionaires in Nigeria today. First off, so many people are really making it from there. Bloggers are carrying their blogs, carrying their products. People are getting to know them. They are liking their page. And those that linked their page to the commercial aspect of it, when they get views, they are being paid. People that have YouTube channel, they do one kind of video, short video. People watch, they are being paid. So marketing is very, very key. It's the heart of most business. If you don't market your business, sorry, you might just be selling it for yourself and your family members. Then profit plan. What's your profit plan? Your business model, pricing, offering. You understand? It's very, very crucial. You need to design your business in a way that you won't use your price to chase people because you want to maximize profits. And so doing, you try to make people say, oh, that's greed. He talked about greed. That's where greed comes in. Greed is actually a cancer that's eating deep into our system in this part of the world. We want to make all the profit in the world. We don't even care about our customers. We don't care about them. Sometimes you just say, oh, let me just make little. Let me just make little. Turnover will help you grow your business. So it's very, very important. Systems and processes. Managing self, working smart. Sometimes people work too hard, they don't work smart. It's actually worrisome. So the system, the process also helps you. What's the system you have put in place to grow your business? What kind of system do you have organized? How do you plan that your business will grow? You sell clothes, you sell jewelries. Okay, what system do you have in place to grow your business? It's very, very important. Then your team, who's your team? Who are the people you surround yourself with? It's very, very important as well. So now your team, your team, I don't want to talk much about outsourcing and delegations and all that for people that are starting up their business. But who's your team? Who are those people that will help you specify your level of performance? It's very, very important. You don't take people that don't have knowledge of your business and put them in your business and give them role. You give them a role they don't even understand. Then you expect your business to grow. It's actually a problem. Next slide, please. Okay. Then planning. Okay, planning is very, very important. You need to plan. You need to plan across every areas of your business. You need to plan on how to get more products. You need to organize yourself. Like some people, there's what they call reorder level. You see, every time you sell hair, you sell stuff, a customer will call you, I want 12 inches. You tell them it's finished because you didn't plan. When you plan, you know where your reorder level is. You sell diapers, you sell baby things, you're into different businesses. You need to know, organize yourself to know, okay, there should be alarm in my head to know when this is running low in stock. You have to restock. I used to tell my dealers, I go out to them, I tell them, you don't expect me to do magic when you know you're already on 5,000 before you pay for product, and you know it has to go through the process before you get your truck. So you need to tell me ahead. You need to let me know. I have mine, but because of the shady things they do, I have my own, that will be on them. But even if you be on them, you can never bring out their money from their pocket. So you need to know. It's not when it's so bad, you start putting yourself under pressure. You need to know your reorder level. It helps. So next slide, please. Okay, this is a simple strategy as well for business growth. Where will the growth come from? We talked about the organic and as well. I just decided to give you two scenarios for business growth. So this route to market is very, very important. This route to market, that's what I want to talk about. Now, finding your route to market is very important. Finding your route to market is very, very important. Sometimes your route to market talks more about your brand. Take, for example, MTN. Everywhere you go. This is also another very, very important business strategy. The blue ocean and the red ocean. Sorry. So the blue ocean and the red ocean strategy. The blue ocean strategy helps us to understand that we must not queue for it. We must not say, okay, when our emerging business, when our emerging business is being situated, when our emerging business is being situated in a very competitive environment, then we now give up. We now say, okay, no, we're going to allow the business go that way, where these people are bigger than us and all that. Blue Ocean tells us that you must not kill for it. You must not take out your competitor for your business to survive. It tells you that you can create a market niche for yourself. You can design your business in a way that your business thrives. Your business thrives strategically. You understand? You can even make your profit off your own business. You can make your profit off your own business. You understand what I'm saying? You can make your profit off your own business. You can try to design something unique that will present your product, your product in a different light, and you still make your profit. You still cover. You understand? It mustn't be competition all the way. Then Red Ocean is on the other hand. Red Ocean strategy is the one that most people don't want to go into. You must kick out your competitor. You must fight them out. You must try. You must do everything. And people that practice Red Ocean, they don't want people to grow around them. They don't believe that they can cooperate with their consumers and cooperate with their competitors to deliver quality service to the people that need it. But Blue Ocean, you find a way to go around. You find another soft way to go around your business. You offer strategic. You offer new products. You offer things that can actually give people a new side of you in your business. So it's very, very important that we understand the Blue Ocean and the Red Ocean strategy. So, sorry. Another tool that most people that want to grow their business should try to utilize. You carry out your market intelligence survey. You know how other businesses are doing around you. You know what's keeping them afloat. You know their challenges. Then that will now help you determine how you can as well improve in your own. There are so many people, like on the same line of business. But you see, those same people, few of them still do better than others because they've been able to understand their competitors' weakness, understand why those other the people in that same line of business are not getting it, and try to correct that areas. Their deficiency, they work on it to improve their own business. So, like I said here, competing in the existing market space creates for the Red Ocean competes in the existing market space, while the Blue Ocean creates uncontested market space. You create the niche for yourself in your own line of business. You design something unique in your own line of business that the other person doesn't really have. Instead of hitting head on, trying to cause crisis in that same line of business. Next slide, please. Okay, so the bottom line here, we look at strategy to grow your business. We consider establishing a value proposition. Find for your business to sustain long-term growth, you must understand what sets it apart from the competition. Identify your ideal customers, build relationship with them, and all that. Define your key indicators. Verify your revenue stream. Look for your competition. Focus on your strengths. Invest in talent. Next slide. So I was able to get some points as well to garnish this more like digression. This one is a satisfied customer is the best strategy of all by Michael. Now, people don't understand that customers are the king. That's why most times the way you handle your customer, the way you treat them determines how they come back to you, how frequent they come back. When you understand that whoever you do business with, whoever you give your product or your service to and collects the person's money needs to be respected, needs to be treated carefully, they'll always come back. They'll always come back. Okay, I went to cut my hair somewhere at New Haven yesterday, so the guy has a video game by the side. And for you to play one game is 200 naira, and for you to cut your hair is 500 naira. So I called him, I said, do you know that, I understand that, do you want to turn this place into a game shop? He said no. I said, do you know you can actually use that game as a strategy to gain people by making it free? If you're waiting for your turn, it's not their fault, they did not leave their house to come and wait. They left their house to come and cut their hair, and they came, you don't have enough manpower. If you make it fair, tell them, sir, while you're waiting for your turn to cut your hair, you can play game over that section. You have game, you have water dispenser. The person will want to come back next time. That kind of treatment is very, very important. So how you deal with your customers that you give your service or your product to and collect their money needs to be very, very, let me use the word sacrosanct, because it's their money that keeps your business afloat. You're not running your business for you and your family alone. You're doing it for the public to get their money. So growth is never by mere chance, but a result of forces working together. There are so many forces together, like we said earlier, that comes together to determine growth. And so quality is the best business plan. Some people don't understand the importance of quality. So in every of our delivery, we should always try to give quality products, irrespective of anything. We should not compromise our standards. It's very, very important. Don't go doing because you want to maximize profit, because you want to do this and that. It's red ocean strategy. Yes, red ocean. You want to make it, you want to get all that. It's still greed that we're talking about. Then it kills business. Your business won't try. So next slide. I think is the end. Thank you. Thank you.
You can do better than that. Thank you very much, our speaker. Now,